This is 10 reasons why you should never have a job. Number 1, freedom to be yourself and be who you are in the world. The goal is not to make a lot of money or to obtain some status from your job. The goal is to feel amazing about what you do for a living now, this moment, this heartbeat. We all talk about freedom to do what we want and live where we want as the crowning achievement of working for yourself. But really, it's about being able to take back your self-respect, to speak the truth, and to do something stupid, to be who you really are without all the pretenses and courtesies of trying to fit in somewhere. You don't have to water down your personal quirks or traits to be something or to fit in somewhere. Number 2, freedom to choose who is a part of your life. Most think not having a job gives more freedom. It does. But it's a different, wonderful type of freedom. It's the kind of freedom to be able to choose who is a part of your life and who is not. I can think of nothing more satisfying than not having to deal with people you don't like. Every place I have ever worked, there was always that one person that I did not get along with for no particular reason. And it's always this one person that made the job miserable for me. Being able to cut out this annoying aspect from my life by having only positive, confident, successful, happy people who I enjoy as part of my life is the best gift of self-employment. Number 3, freedom to say no. When you have an income source apart from a job, even if it's just a side income, you have the confidence to know that you can stand on your own if you ever lose that job. You could even quit if your job gets unreasonable. Being able to say, I don't need you, is a big confidence builder that can always lead to even greater success down the road. You should always, as a rule of thumb, set your life up so you can always have some sort of lateral move whenever you're in any situation, because that's a type of power. It's why top performers in jobs are so successful and paid so much anyways, because they have options. They're not stuck. Number 4, personal satisfaction of doing something different. When you have your own business, even if it's only making $4,000 a month, it's your $4,000 that you made. Yes, you're not rich by any stretch, but who cares? When I run into my former colleagues at PwC, some of who are managers now, making 6 figures plus a year, or even the partner who hired me that makes $1 million a year, they think that I fell off the proverbial ship, that I'm awash in a sea of mediocrity, that I will never have the chance and opportunities I once did. They are right to some degree. I have lost out on many professional opportunities, but little do they know that I swam to an island that I conquered for myself, allowing myself many new and more interesting opportunities than they realize. Number 5, no ceiling on your income. When you have a job, you have a limit, and this is okay if you have one of those good jobs that pays you enough to live. But with life in the West being expensive and costs being shifted from companies to employees, this limit is the biggest issue for most people. Simply, people want to know how to make more money because jobs simply don't pay you what you're worth and what you need to live. You have to spend money on health care if you're American, you need to fund your retirement, pay off college, buy a house, help your kids get through schools, buy cars, pay for unexpected expenses, take care of your parents, and hopefully enjoy being alive. Most jobs simply won't pay enough to do this comfortably, so why get one? Number 6, jobs are dangerously comfortable. When you work for someone else, you get comfortable and lazy, and you get into a routine. You're not really living. You're just coasting and buying into the vices to cover up the innate lack of personal fulfillment you get from working a job. Fear keeps us all in check. It prevents us from doing handstands on the proverbial ring of fire. But you limit yourself from doing something extraordinary because you feel failure. Don't be mistaken, you should fear failure. I have failed. I have been broke. As a young person, I can take more risk than someone who is in their 40s with kids, but failing is still terrible by any measure. Regardless of your age, however, you still need to answer the question, how do you want to spend your days? What do you want to do for work? I think many won't find this answer in the job. Instead, take the leap. Figure out a way to become self-employed and build a side business. I use the internet to make websites and consult. Convince your loved ones and have them support you. Then, follow through and don't let them down. Number 7, unlimited vacation. As an American, the industry standard is 2 weeks of vacation a year. This is a crime. You need time to grow and expand your life and your mind. You need time to travel and experience new things. You cannot have any meaningful experiences with only 2 uninterrupted weeks of freedom. Yes, you should go to the Maldives for a month. It's beautiful, but you can't. You only have 2 weeks, so it's best to use that time to sleep in and recover from work. When you're self-employed, you can take time off as you want and when you want. I don't need 2 weeks vacation to recover from work because I'm not forced to be anywhere at any time. I can sleep in when I need to. And if I want to take a mini vacation to an island, I can do that without asking permission from anyone. Number 8. Having a job as your primary social outlet sucks. It's okay to network with like-minded people who are doing the same thing. With jobs, it tends to be social dead ends. When you want to grow as a person, I find spending time with people who are where you want to be and cutting off people who are no longer a match essential for achieving goals. With jobs though, it's difficult to do this. Also, if one of your friends quits or gets fired, what happens? You lose a friend? For me, my social circle dried up after quitting. I fell off the ship, as I like to call it. Many of whom I went to college with, I might as well have died. Also, this has happened before. When I worked in the Air Force as a crew chief, it was a male-dominated workforce. I never got to socialize with women. Imagine 20 years of never socializing with women at work. No thanks. Number 9. When life blows up around you, you can adapt and take time off. A relationship breaking up, having surgery, a loved one passes away, you get sick and need to sleep in, whatever. The nice thing about not having a job is not needing permission to take time to heal certain aspects of your life. You can be flexible with your time and take care of things without your employer thinking you're being lazy or you're lying to get out of work. Number 10. Learning how to support yourself without a job. As with anything, being self-employed and having the mindset of being self-employed is a skill set. When you have a job, you gain limited experience at that job. Your mom will tell you that you need more experience to move up in the world, but this is nonsense, as you only repeat that limited experience over and over. This is fine until your skill set becomes obsolete. Then what? Think of it this way. You can choose to gain experience in a job where you will grow dangerously comfortable, one where you could be replaced or become obsolete, or you can gain experience learning how to be self-employed, so you can always enjoy financial abundance without a job for the rest of your life.